Paano po nagkautang ng almost 2 million pesos? And I thought that I'm going to lose my wife, but praise be to God, she was able to fully recover. Nung nilabas na yung misis ko, nagsi-seizure na siya. Nung nag-seizure on the 3rd, na-comatose siya for 7 days.
Videos that will make you wealthy and debt-free.
What I'm about to tell you might shock you. Ako po ay nagkautang ng almost 2 million pesos. At kung paanong nangyari yon, you got to watch this video. Hi there, this is Chinky Tan, your pambansang wealth coach. Thank you very much for tuning in. Sa video na i-reveal ko na po sa inyo kung paano ko nagkautang ng 2 million pesos at paano ko siya nabayaran. Okay, before we start, I just like to encourage you, if you've been following this channel, please don't forget to subscribe. At para sa mga taong bumibisita pa, please do subscribe. Alam kong maraming matutulong po sa inyo. So, I was reflecting because I've been doing a lot of videos. I want to create a series on how I was able to series para i-share ko na naman yung more on my personal journey. Yes, I've been doing this for the past 15 years, been teaching people about personal finance. Pero mas maganda, i-share ko sa inyo aking personal challenges, personal struggles, and personal victories also. Baka makarelate po kayo. So, paano po nagkautang ng almost 2 million pesos? I can still remember nung year 2005 when my wife gave birth to our third and youngest child. Nagkaroon siya ng severe head migraine and we went back to the hospital. Nagpa-check up ulit siya. Binigyan na siya ng strong medication. Despite of that, ang nangyari po ay tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang headache niya. And the doctors then recommended an MRI session. During the MRI session, nagkaroon po ng emergency. Sumisigaw na yung nurse ng code blue. Code blue. If you are a nurse, you're watching this, pakitype na lang sa comment section ano ibig sabihin ng code blue for the sake of the people who are not familiar with code blue. Ibig sabihin po, basta emergency. So, nung nilabas na yung misis ko, nagsi-seizure na siya. Nung nag-seizure on the 3rd, na-comatose siya for 7 days. To cut the long story short, we stayed in the hospital for 21 days. We had 10 doctors, 3 neurosurgeon, 1 heart specialist. And the doctors cannot even diagnose what happened to my wife. So, to cut the long story short, yun na, my hospital bills piled up. And I thought that I'm going to lose my wife, but praise be to God, she was able to fully recover on day 21. But when the billing statement came in, okay, talagang nagkaroon ako ng bill shock and my wallet was rushed to the ICU. Ako naman, it's my turn. So I was forced to borrow millions of peso kasi alam nyo naman, pag hindi mo nilabas ang pasyente, tuloy-tuloy ang billing statement. So, anong ginawa ko po para makalabas po ko sa utang? Okay, but before na kukwento ko sa anong ginawa ko at personal journey ko, that's number 1 mistake that I hope that all of you will avoid. Okay, learn from my mistake. I did not have a health insurance. So, nakakatipid nga ako ng mga siguro 20 to 30,000 a year, pero ano naman na naging impact niyan? I lost millions. Kaya, if you want to avoid my mistake, you understand what I mean. Kailangan talaga protect your family. That's number 1. So right now, paano ko ba nabayaran ng utang ko? Let me share to you my personal journey. Number 1, nagkaroon ako ng mindset shift. Sinasabi ko talaga, I need to prepare more. Prevention is better than cure. That's number 1. Kaya nga that really changed my entire perspective and my world. Kaya nga, it's been so many years, 15 years, every year may health insurance na ako. That's number 1. Number 2, during that time in 2005, I have to face the reality na I wasn't prepared for this. I have a little emergency fund, na-deplete na yung emergency fund ko, at ito pang masakit. Napilitan pa ako mag-surrender ng insurance policy ko because I need the money to pay off the hospitals, and it wasn't enough. Yun nga, I have to borrow from friends and relatives, 200,000, 300,000, $500,000, yun po. So, when I did that, ang next na ginawa ko, sinulat ko talaga. I made a debt list. Lahat ng mga taong pinagkakautangan ko. Yan, sinulat ko talaga. Si auntie ganito, si uncle ganito, tapos yung company na ganito. Sinulat ko lahat. After I created my debt list, ito po ang ginawa ko. Paano ako nakabayad? I prioritize my debt payment. Inuna ko na talaga. At saka, nung inuna ko, meron ba akong ganun kalaking pera na babayaran ko? No. Kunyari sa 500,000, ang kaya ko lang bayaran is 5,000 pesos every single month. Hinahati ko yung allocation ko sa 5 o 7 taong pinagkakautangan ko. hinahati ko talaga siya. Kasi para sa akin ang paniniwala ko, no, sa pagbabayad ng utang, hindi mahalaga kung magkano ang perang ibibigay mo. Ang mahalaga kung willing ka ba magbayad. And that is basically what I did, okay? And then during the process of paying my debt, ito po yung mga sacrifices talaga. I live below our means, na talagang hindi na kami kumakain sa labas, talagang unnecessary expenses, walang travel for almost the duration na hindi kami nakabayad ng utang. Ganun talaga, sacrifices talaga eh. Parang it's pointless ba? Para sa akin, during that time, I was thinking, pointless na mag-enjoy ako pero hindi pa ako bayad sa utang. At pag nakita ako ng mga kaibigan, kamag-anak ko, na nag-enjoy ako, parang feeling ko, parang may mali. Di ba? Pero it's okay during that time. No? I have the right actually to enjoy because I was paying them on a monthly basis. Pero I don't want to send the wrong signal. Nagigets nyo? And then, ang isang malaking diskarte na ginawa ko talaga, syempre, 7 pinagkakautangan ko 7. At may allocation ako. Ang unang binayaran ko talaga yung pinakamaliit. And then, nung nabayaran ko ng pinakamaliit, I think I was paying at least 5,000 pesos per month. Alam mo ginawa ko, sa 5,000 pesos na yan, hindi ko pinang-enjoy. Ang ginawa ko po, pinangdagdag ko sa pambayad ng pang-anim na utang ko. Yung pang-anim na utang ko, nung nabayaran ko na, yung allocation ng dalawa, pinambayad ko sa pang-5. Ang tawag po nun ay snowball method. So, that is basically what I did. Then, medyo mabilis ang pagbabayad ng utang ko. Chinky, meron bang point na ikaw ay hindi nakakabayad ng utang? Yes, there was particularly a few months na hindi ako makabayad ng utang. Kaya nga, alam mo ginawa ko, I humbled myself and I went to all my creditors at yun, kinausap ko sila at sinabi ko talaga na pasensya na, hindi ko kaya magbayad, pero kung yun nga, yung sa sunod, I can make sure that I will try my best to be able to compensate. And that's what I did. And then, I'm sure nakakatakot na gawin yan. Kasi may mga iba magagalit, may mga iba, bakit ganun? So, I just need to humble myself. And buti na lang, nakaintindi po sila. Oo. And then, ang pinaka-best talaga, guys, how was I able to pay off my almost 2 million debt? Ito pong ginawa ko. Nag-create ako ng other income, other sources of income. Alam kong existing income ko lang, it will take me probably 5 years. Binilang ko na 5 taon bago ko mabayaran. But praise be to God, yun nga, God has given me wisdom to cut down on my expenses and then to do the snowball method, and then number 3, nag-side hustle ako. To cut the long story short, because of my consistency, because of my patience, because of my sacrifice that I've learned and humility, I was able to pay off my debt in less than, I think, 2005. Mga 2 or papuntang 3 years. Yan, 2 to 3 years. So, mga friendship, alam ko pagka ikaw ay may utang, ang hirap matulog, ang hirap magising. I've been there, done that. Kung ikaw, nakikinig ka, follower kita. I pray na talagang maliwanagan ang isip mo. That's how I was able to do it. If I'm able to get out of it by using the simple parang strategies, I know you can also do it.